Back in late January 2023, James Gunn said, "I will say here that The Flash is probably one of the greatest superhero movies ever made." David Zaslav also said, "It's the best superhero movie I've ever seen." Then, if that's actually the case, then this must be the best superhero movie that nobody is watching. And if you've seen my review on the movie, you know that is simply just not the case. It's not a very good movie. During its opening weekend, The Flash managed to eke out with only $55 million domestically and $73 million internationally, with a grand total of $129 million worldwide. These are absolutely abysmal numbers. And when you compare these numbers to a garbage tier movie like Ant-Man Quantumania, things are not stacking up very well for this film. In my previous video on The Flash, I mentioned on its preview day it only made $9.7 million, which is pretty low. And I did have people challenge me on this, saying that's, well, it's only one day, the weekend isn't over yet. Well, the weekend is over. I'm right. And when we go and take a look at Ant-Man's opening numbers, it made $17 million its preview day, and a total of $106 million its opening weekend. And when you put things in context, that's actually pretty pitiful. I mean, Ant-Man Quantumania was a garbage tier movie. It was not enjoyable, and like I stated in my review, I found this movie to be bad, yet enjoyable, and it's making less money than a shit tier Marvel film. And granted, there's going to be people coming into the comments, well, it's only the first weekend. Do you really think it's going to get any better than this? I mean, this is half of the opening weekend of Ant-Man. Come on, bro. I think this movie is going to struggle to make $500 million, let alone break even. And when compared to another movie that recently came out, Across the Spider-Verse, which had an opening preview day of $17 million and grossed $120 million domestically, which is only $10 million more than Quantumania. And I'm not saying that Across the Spider-Verse is exactly killing it, by the way, but it costs less money to make the film, which means it's going to be more successful than, let's say, The Flash, Quantumania, or even The Little Mermaid. And personally, I think we are past the days that all these tentpole films are going to be breaking $1 billion all the time. I think going forward, it's going to have to be something very special like a Top Gun Maverick. And I don't think that we're going to see this large spike for weekend 2 for The Flash. I think we basically hit diminishing returns with this movie. And it's not like Ezra Miller is like some large draw. I'm pretty sure that most of the people that went to go see the movie were going to see it because Michael Keaton was in it, not because of Ezra Miller. And another thing that this movie has going against it, it's essentially a dead end. This is a dead DCU at this point. We're going to have a couple more films coming out that are loosely tied to the Snyderverse, but for the most part, this is a dinosaur. It's extinct. It's dead. And I think a lot of people aren't interested in watching a movie that is involved in a universe that is going to be rebooted very, very soon. And of course, David Zaslav and James Gunn can't come out and say, well, this movie's going to be shit. They're trying to drum up hype to get people to go see the movie, which I think a lot of people just aren't interested in doing because of the previous reasons I just listed. We are witnessing the decline of the superhero genre in real time, and I don't think this is going to bode very well for the up-and-coming reboot of the DCU. If you're interested in seeing The Flash or not seeing it, leave me a comment and give me an explanation as to why. And if you haven't seen my Flash review, I suggest you go and check it out. I'll catch you next time, folks.